Hello, I'm Diana Wallace from the University of Glamorgan, and I'm going to talk about women's historical novels. When Hilary Mantel's novel Wolf Hall won the Man Booker Prize in 1909, it seemed as though historical fiction had finally become respectable, not least because 5 out of the 6 novels shortlisted, 3 of them by women, were historical novels. For most of the 20th century, though, historical novels were looked down upon, partly because they were associated with popular women writers like Georgette Heyer and Jean Plaidy. When I studied for my A-levels in the early 1980s, I was left in no doubt that Heyer's marvellously witty historical romances were neither serious literature nor proper history. Neither were Plaidy's fictionalisations of the lives of historical figures like Mary Queen of Scots. It's the gendering of this that interests me, because historical fiction has been, from its very beginnings, a female form. We tend to forget this because critics so often cite Walter Scott's Waverley from 1814 as the first proper historical novel. In fact, there's a much earlier novel, Sophia Lee's The Recess, or A Tale of Other Times, from 1783, which has a strong claim to be regarded as the first fully formed historical novel. Lee's novel is the story of the imagined twin daughters of Mary Queen of Scots, Matilda and Eleanor, fictional creations whom Lee inserts into the interstices of real history. The eponymous recess, underground rooms where the heroines were brought up, functions as a powerful metaphor for women's exclusion from public history. In one section, however, Eleanor dresses in men's clothes to go out into the wider world to follow the man she loves, the Earl of Essex, to Ireland. This motif, the girl dressed as boy, is one which frequently appears in women's historical fiction as a way of enabling the heroine to participate in what is otherwise a male world of adventure. There's a very direct line down from Lee's novel to the novels of Georgette Heyer, particularly an early novel called The Masqueraders. Set after the 1745 Jacobite Rebellion, The Masqueraders features a heroine, Prudence, who disguises herself as a man, while her brother Robin, an escaped Jacobite, dresses as a woman. This cover from the first Australian edition in 1949 vividly conveys the dramatic pleasures of this cross-dressing escapade. Despite this playfulness, however, Heyer, like Lee, uses historical fiction to ask important questions about gender, about the ways in which women can participate in history, and about how gender might be socially and historically constructed. It's noticeable, for instance, that Heyer's male character, Robin, makes a rather better, or more accurately, a rather more feminine woman than his sister does. Gender, Heyer suggests, is a performance, a masquerade. It's partly because of this insight that historical fiction has been perhaps the genre in which women writers have been able to write about and as men. This in itself is an imaginative feat of cross-dressing, or cross-writing, a masquerade which enables women writers to enter histories from which women, as Sophia Lee showed, have traditionally been excluded. This is what Wolf Hall does so superbly. It allows Mantel, as writer, and us, as female readers, to inhabit not only another time, but also another gender in the form of her brilliantly imagined Thomas Cromwell. It's an extraordinary performance. Thank you.